Hello, 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 1,000 times hello. Welcome back to yet another PlayStation Education. Of course, I am and will forever remain your Jamin dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
That's James. We're going to continue from here before he screws up even more.
Dear heart. Big man. Yeah, there's your weedings. Dr. Wiley.
I'm Dr. Wiley.
Yes, of course, I'm joined by Dr. Wiley, and I am, of course, Big Man. And here we're going to talk about The Last of Us. Now, we finally got James to play it. We got through the first portion of the game. I like to call it season because it was summer, and now he's just gone through fall. But, of course, it's not season in the traditional, like, The Walking Dead Season 1-2 aspect. It's all in one game. But we made it through the second of 4 branches of the story, if you will. Mm-hmm. Now, the first one, again, this is full of spoilers, so yeah, turn this off if you haven't played it. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment below before you do that. Now, continue on.
I like the 5 seconds when Jamin couldn't say his name properly.
That was my favorite part. Okay, now, this starts out, we just lost Henry. We just lost Sam. Now, some time has passed. We no exact amount of time, but we can assume at least a couple months. They're wearing warmer clothes, the leaves have changed. They're in an entirely different state at this point. They went from Pennsylvania to... It can't be Colorado.
No, Colorado is at the end of fall. They're in Colorado.
Okay. So where were they at this point?
Oh.
Pennsylvania, Colorado is clearly on the other side of the state. So they went pretty far, to say the least.
Yeah, so it's somewhere in between there.
Somewhere between there.
I can't remember, my bad.
They're doing all right for themselves considering what just happened. Now, did you get the optional dialogue talking about the robot?
Robot?
Yes, you've done it. You can actually find some graves. And if you stare at them long enough, Ellie goes, oh yeah, I forgot to bury this. And she's got the toy robot with her.
Oh.
And you're like, I don't want to talk about it. She's like, we kind of need to talk. I don't want to talk about it. That puts it into that conversation. There's a lot of great optional conversations in this game. We'll talk about that more next time when we talk about the world. But for this one, we're going to talk about this particular chapter plus the idea of mechanics in this game. So carrying on, where is your next objective?
We're just trying to find Joel's brother, Tommy.
From the beginning of the game.
Yeah, beginning of the game, he's helping him out, and he was there, witnessed Sarah's death, Joel's daughter. When Ellie asked when's the last time he saw him, he said it's been a couple of years, and the last thing he said is, I never want to see your gosh dang face again.
Yes.
I censored it, if you didn't guess. So they're hoping he'll help, but in the back of his mind, he's like, yeah, maybe not. He probably won't. So they're going, and there's this power plant they have to get through.
Yes.
And people are actually there, and they pull some guns on them, and they don't know what to do, and a voice from behind the door says, it's all right. They're cool. And you know him? He's like, yeah, it's my brother. Yeah, look, there's Tommy. They kind of stare down for a second, and then Tommy starts laughing and he hugs him. She's like, oh, I guess there's as much bad blood as you were anticipating. Mm-hmm. Well, eventually you find out that they've been working on things. They're actually able to get power. They have some electricity there. So they're in a good spot. They're in a good community. This is working for them.
It's a hydroelectric dam, in case you want to.
Yeah. And so Joel needs to talk to Tommy, obviously, in private. So he starts explaining who Little Miss Page is.
Yes.
Ellen Page. Ellie. Yeah. Who Ellie is, and what he expects when he needs Tommy to take her the rest of the way to the Fireflies. Yes. Tommy, of course, hasn't been part of the Fireflies in years, and refuses to do it. They get into a fight, but before anything can really happen, they get attacked by bandits. So, the girl, the leader of their group, who happens to find out to be Tommy's wife, and Ellie are trapped. So you have to get over to them quickly before anything happens. So you got to kill a whole bunch of stupid bandits, and you get there, and then you have the whole "Aw, Joel actually cares" moment, and it's when Tommy's like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to do this." So he's trying to explain to his wife that he kind of has to do this. So she eventually agrees and threatens Joel, and they find out that Ellie's gone. See, they actually have a couple horses, which you notice when you first get there. She makes a comment that she actually learned how to ride a horse a while ago. And she stole one and rode off. So now you and Tommy have to go find her. You go, you find a whole bunch of hunters, bandits, and everything. You have to kill a whole bunch of people just to find that she's at this ranch. And she's just reading a diary. She's not upset. She's not trying to fight you or anything at first, anyways. She's just like, wow, is really this all the girls had to worry about back then was boys and what they're gonna wear? And it's like, yeah.
Did you get the optional conversation? This is back in Pittsburgh. Did you get the optional conversation about the model?
Yeah, but them starving.
Yeah. What? They didn't eat food. There wasn't enough food to go back around even then? Well, no, they just chose not to eat. Why would you do that? I don't know.
Oh, women. Anyways, that's when the big intense scene happens where Ellie actually knows about Sarah and tries to bring her up, and Joel doesn't quite like that. She explains how she's lost everyone as well, and Joel's the only one that's still in her life. Yeah. So she doesn't want him to go.
And Joel's taking it pretty hard to the point where his brother actually saved a photo of Sarah for him. It was her at a baseball game or something.
Yeah, it's the two of them together. Yeah. And he doesn't take it. Yeah. So he's taking it rather hard. And so at the end of Ellie pretty much pouring her heart out, he just goes, "You're right. You're not my daughter, and I'm sure as heck ain't your father." Kind of walks away and leaves it at that. And then, oh, look at that. They get attacked by bandits again. So once they finally get out of that, they're going back through the entire horse ride back to the plant. He's kind of feeling bad. He looks at her and kind of has a look on his face. So when they get there, he looks at Ellie and says, "All right, give the horse back to Tommy and hop on. If you don't mind, Tommy, I'm going to keep the horse." And so that's when she realizes, hey, yeah, he's going to take me. Yeah. And Tommy's like, we should talk about this. And Joel's like, nah, I made up my mind. I'm going to do this. So they're off. Tommy tells him where to go to find the fireflies that he's been looking for this entire game.
Yes.
It's at Colorado. They get to the campus where it's at.
Yes.
Got to make their way in, and they're kind of worried because they have not seen a living soul yet. In fact, the first thing they see are monkeys. All they see are a bunch of monkeys.
I'm kind of glad.
Shot them. I was like, oh crap, is that a new type of zombie? They're jumping around, walkers or runners.
I'm kind of glad they didn't have monkey zombies.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. I really thought that was gonna happen. You find that recording about the guy getting bit, going, "Oh, I got bit by a zombie monkey." Well, infected monkey. And I was like, oh, please tell me they don't have zombie monkeys. But no zombie monkeys.
No zombie monkeys. This isn't Resident Evil.
This is Resident Evil. Those dogs. Those dogs. Anyways.
Those dogs.
So yeah, to get through all that, you eventually find out, everyone's dead. But they find another recording that everyone had moved on to Salt Lake City. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh my gosh, we got to keep going. Mm-hmm. Well, they get shot at. Sniper almost gets them, and there's a group of people there. So you have to make your way out. You start killing a bunch of peoples, and when you open the door to get downstairs, one of them tackles you, and you guys try to fight, but you end up falling off a railing, and you fall down to the lower floor. And the guy dies, but Joel gets impaled through the stomach.
Windows rebar, that little thing that goes through blocks of concrete, keeps it together, just right through him. Like if you've played The Walking Dead, he was bend.
Yeah, but not nearly as bad. Ben was like right through the chest, practically.
Yeah, this was more through the stomach, but still.
Yeah, still pretty dang bad.
It's gotta hurt something off.
Ellie helps him out. You have to, of course, try to fight and shoot off some guys, even though you're practically dead. She gets you out, helps you up on the horse.
We'll talk about this more when we get to mechanics, but that just, you felt like you were impaled. That scene, just walking around, stumbling around, you can't keep up. You're like trying to grab supplies, and
your eyes are getting all blurry, and you're trying to aim, your hands going all over the place. It's super difficult, and you're just like, crap, I'm gonna die.
There's a great instance of mechanics adding to story, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, eventually you get out there. Some guy's trying to steal the horse, but Ellie ends up killing him. You jump up on the horse, and then you ride off for a little bit, and then you fall off the horse, and Ellie's just screaming, Joel, get back up, Joel. And it's starting to snow. And that's how it ends.
That's when winter sets in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break it to you right now. Winter is probably the darkest the story goes. Winter gets pretty dark, pretty deep.
Yay!
Now, for those of you who have been with us this entire time, the winter chapter is basically chapter 3 of The Walking Dead. It's gruesome. It's a kick in the face. It's a kick in the gut. It's a kick in the bees.
It's when you're on the ground and they take a baby seal and they beat you until it dies. And they have a puppy and beat you until it dies. And then kick you again.
Yes. But that's why we play video games. For these kind of emotional experiences that you don't really get from other forms of media, in my opinion. But we're not going to leave you too much of a cliffhanger. There will be 2 more episodes, of course, covering winter and then covering the end of the story, spring. But right now, we're going to talk about mechanics. We didn't really get to go into them too much the first time. We're talking about now. How do you feel that the game plays?
It plays amazing. I mean, very few complaints I had about Uncharted and their mechanics, I believe they completely and beyond fixed in The Last of Us.
We were talking before, when we were talking about Uncharted 1 and 2, how cover never really felt right.
Yeah.
This game feels like cover is perfect. There's no snapping in, there's no stepping out. It feels very natural, very fluid.
Yeah. Like, I prefer that because, and like you said, in Uncharted, you press the cover button and you're there. You can't walk away from it. You have to press uncover, pretty much, and you get out of it and everything. With this, you can creep up behind something, get all the way up against it, and you see his hand thing, and he slowly puts his hand down once you get closer. And you can just back away from it. There's no button pushing to get out or in out of it.
Yes.
I've actually died on Uncharted a couple times getting stuck on that. Or pressing the button, you're sitting there hanging instead of undercover. Son of a gun! But again, like that was like my biggest complaint about the entire Uncharted series, which is an awesome series. So them fixing that and then just improving on everything they already had was pretty crazy. They even do the DualShock thing, the shaking the controller if you have your flashlight on too long.
Yeah, see, this here it makes sense. It's not hard. It's really intuitive. You have one of those flashlights where it's one of those shake flashlights. So your battery starts to die. You just shake the controller. Flashlight's good to go. Carry on. None of that stupid, I'm going to aim with it and throw a grenade.
Son of a... Again, and I'm a big grenade guy. I love chucking grenades at people.
Speaking of which, I love the grenades in this game. Smoke bombs, not so much. The smoke bombs become way more useful later when we start finding more human enemies. But at the moment, those what do you call them? Those little trip mines?
Oh yeah, the knife bomb or whatever you put. It's, oh my gosh.
It's basically a tin can with broken pieces of nails and scissors in it, and you just blow it up and it's amazing. It's amazing.
You pretty much make your own shrapnel toss in there. It's pretty legit.
Favorite weapon of the game, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you even got the the bottle of alcohol with a piece of your cloth and you light it on fire and you chop and toss it. That's super helpful against the infected. Now
the way inventory works in this game is you pick up supplies like alcohol, sugar, bandages, scissors, explosives, and everything you make with these items can be used for different purposes. So the same ingredients that's used to make, say, a Molotov cocktail, you can also use to make a med kit. So
alcohol and bandages.
You're always making this decision in your mind. Okay, what's more important? Which one do I need the most?
Yeah, and then like obviously the bomb, it takes the scissors and the explosive. You get the smoke bomb, that takes the explosive and the sugar. You get the shiv that takes the bandage, the tape, and the scissor. And then you can also add to a melee weapon. You can add with the bandage and the scissors. You can say, okay, do I want the shiv or do I want to upgrade my melee weapon so it's a one-hit kill instead of beating the guy to death?
You can actually basically duct tape a pair of scissors to an iron pipe. And it gives you, like you said, an instant kill, an instant melee kill. But in exchange, you've lost a chance for a shiv. And the shiv is the only guaranteed defense against the clickers.
Yeah, if they're up in your face and you can't shoot them in time. Yeah, if you're out of a shiv and you can't shoot them, you're going to die.
Yeah. So there's a lot of decisions you have to make in this game. You can't have everything.
Yeah, I'm super glad I grabbed the flamethrower because the little time I got a chance to use it before I got impaled, it was super helpful.
Yeah, especially against the bloaters.
Oh my gosh, I hate those things. Although I've noticed when I had to fight the one time I had the flamethrower, it was pretty simple. All I did was throw a bottle that broke, had all of them literally come to the same area because they go by sound. Throw one of the cocktail things, caught them all on fire, and whipped out the flamethrower for the bloater. I mean, I got through that part pretty quickly, and I was like, like a boss.
Something else I really like is the AIs are entirely different. Clickers don't act like runners. Runners don't act like people. Even the difference between different types of hunters. Like, there's obviously very well detailed AI going here. It kind of reminds me of the Halo AI. How you go in a situation that no two firefights are ever the same?
Yeah, or like even all the aliens. Obviously, you got the jackals, which are, if you get near them, they try to run away. They aren't up in your face hitting you. Brutes don't mind going up in your face. In fact, they'll kill you by punching you. Yeah. The grunts, they occasionally do the suicide bomber thing when they light 2 grenades and charge you. Yeah. So it is really cool seeing that. And I'm seeing each villain or bad guy or whatever react differently to different things.
Yes. And there's also a great upgrade system in this where you can pick up spare parts or you can pick up medicine and use it to upgrade your character. And again, you can't have everything. I beat the game and I want to say I got all but 3 upgrades. I'm sure like there's exactly enough to get perfect, but there's no way you're gonna be able to scrounge it.
Chances you're gonna find everything. Yeah, good luck with that.
So that actually excites me a lot. I love those kind of games where it forces you to make these kind of tough decisions. You can't max out your character in one go. You have to say, okay, what do I need the most? What do I use the most? What's my play style? And I really like that. So let's talk about something about that stealth. I'm not a big stealth guy. I don't like stealth games too much.
Yeah, the little bit of winter I did get to play. Obviously, you're playing as Ellie because Joel is still about dead.
Spoilers, man.
Well, yeah, we told the whole thing was spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know that Joel's dying. He hasn't died yet. But you told you it's snowing. Now you're in winter. There's snow on the ground. You don't know if he's dead or not.
Yeah, we're not going to go too much into the winter, but mechanics.
You're playing as Ellie. So she's obviously not as strong. She obviously her health gets taken down way faster. She's less health. So the idea is to be stealthy with her. I just got really good at headshots. So I kill everyone the first try. I'm like, screw stealth.
I knife so many people as Ellie. This guy can attest to it. Just me, just like, he's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm using this 14-year-old girl to stab this guy in the neck. Oh, okay. Oh, but that game makes you feel so underpowered.
It does. Like, as you said the last time we played, when I was talking about, I can't. You see, I don't even need to pick this up. I'm maxed out in everything. For whatever. Next battle, Jamin, I'm out of everything. Why can't I go back and get the stuff I skipped over?
It goes from what I'm gonna do with all these medkits to medkits. Where's my medkits? My kingdom for a medkit.
Oh my gosh. It escalates rather quickly.
It takes everything away from you. Every firefight feels like a fight for your life.
Yeah, I'm playing on easy, okay, because I'm a coward and a loser. Plus, I want to beat this in time before I had to go back to the States. Yeah. But, yeah, even on easy, you're feeling very...
vulnerable.
Yeah, I've only died a very, very few amount of times. Yeah, I'm awesome. But again, it's easy. But even then, each time I've died is either because the clicker snuck up on me and I didn't realize I had no shivs, or because I literally ran out of something. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I died. I'm gonna have to play this a little bit different, and I did. Okay.
Now, real quickly, we want to wrap this up before it goes too long. What is your favorite weapon?
Ooh, the grenade. I use.
Well, okay, what's your favorite firearm?
Firearm. Actually, I'm really enjoying the bow. Okay. It's a silent little killer. You just go bam.
I really like it on clickers because if your aim's good enough, you can take them out in the back of the head. They run by, like we said before, by sound. So since it's a silent weapon, you shoot in the back of the head. Friend doesn't even know it's down. You just keep rolling, and a good percent of the time, if you do a decent headshot, you can get that arrow back. So
even if you do a body shot, but those are even less likely to happen. So if you get a good headshot, kill them in one shot, you might be able to get the arrow back.
Yeah. I do enjoy that weapon. Okay, what's your least favorite weapon and why?
My least favorite weapon is probably just the regular pistol. Because it's the first thing you got, and I don't know, it seems weak, and maybe I need to go up in the firing rate, but it's just like you shoot, and it's like, it's not strong enough, even if the headshot take him off in one hit, so you have to do multiple times. Yeah. And if there's multiple people, you can't kill a guy then, right away. You have to shoot him, go back down before you get killed. Pop up, shoot him again, go back down. Get up, shoot him again, okay, now he's dead. Now we go to the next guy. Sure. So I'm not a fan of that.
I wasn't really a fan of, like, the hunting rifle. I put a lot of points in that, and it still never felt exactly right, simply because if you're at a distance and they don't know you're there, I use the bow. Yeah. If they're close in and they don't know you're there, you either shiv them or you shoot them with a shotgun. Like, it never really felt right to me. But
I actually kind of enjoy the rifle.
See, that's something I like about this game. Everyone has a different play style to it. Everyone takes a little different way for it. My favorite weapon was the shotgun by far. I love the regular. The sawed-off is okay too, but that regular shotgun, I got so much use out of that thing.
It's pretty legit.
This has been another PlayStation Education. Join us next time. Hopefully, we'll get a little further through this game. Hopefully, get done before you have to go home. Hopefully, Lord willing. So we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye bye.
I'll cut you.